What's going on? Welcome to the Executive's View, man. I'm not even sure what took place. My intro's acting up. We having technical difficulties, but that's what happens when you take a day off, man. It's your boy Serious. Welcome to Backstage Business, man. Show's on top, man. We could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us on a Wednesday, man. I don't do this by myself, man. I got a slew of fellas here that are sitting here ready to chop it up and talk everything around the WWE. My man Villain's in the building. What's going on, Villain? How we doing, sir?
No, Villain is on Tuesday nights. Tonight, you know who I am. Call me by my proper name.
Okay. I think his name is Mr. Ripley is what he was choosing to be called.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
I am
sir.
a happily married man, so please address me properly. It was a tough week. My boo was over in Australia promoting future events in Australia. So I didn't get to see her on Monday night, but you know it's good to be here. It's good to be here with you guys. So
I'm glad you're here. And Mr. K Fade is dead, is in the building, aka Coach. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
So look, I'll say this. A lot of people were on theme Monday night at the Met Gala, but look, let's talk about the people who were off theme. Okay, first off, no, I'm just joking, guys.
Jesus. It's good to see you too, my guy. Good to see you. And we got my man Aaron from Nonsense and Deep Thoughts, aka Bailey, second choice. Because the first one is myself. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Listen, I want to clarify something. I was recently remarried. My name is Bailey Vaquer.
Nope. I'm not doing this for him today. I'm not doing this for him today.
Cut him off.
I'm not doing this for him today.
Oh my God, no.
What happened? You don't like it now?
We had technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying?
Ongoing technical difficulties from the
intro to now.
You got some issues tonight, my guy.
I tell you what, man. With that being said, man, I wanted to shout out to Stacy, who's not going to be able to join us today. She will probably be popping in and chatting, blowing up our phones as we go. But before we even get talking about the PLE coming up on Saturday and kind of combing through Raw and SmackDown this week, we had a plethora of names get released from the WWE. Some guys you guys are very much aware of. Braun Strowman got released, Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Cora Jade from NXT. A couple others got released, man. Villain, talk to me, man. Where's your head at, bro?
I was surprised Braun Strowman got released, but I wasn't surprised because how they kind of quote unquote phased him out, heading into WrestleMania and then subsequently after. Like he was a big part of that kind of triple threat action going with LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. And he was non-existent pretty much after that, so not surprised. And Dakota Kai, I was actually hurt and surprised about because I feel like she was having a really good back and forth with Lyra for the IC belt, and then it kind of just went nowhere with her really quickly. So I feel like they had that under their sleeve. I think Cora, immediately opened to OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So I think you guys are okay there if you want to see her. If you want to see her, you know what I mean. But it's one of those things. I talked to a couple of my friends at WWE, and they, there was creative people in the offices were let go. I think there were at least 10 releases. So it's around that time of year. You get through the big event, and then you're gonna have some releases, and then hopefully they'll be back. But if they aren't, there's a lot of avenues for them. Through TNA, through Ring of Honor, through AEW is probably one of the higher paying ones. So I'm sure they'll be picked up or be back in the company soon.
I think the thing is, like every year, I think maybe once or twice a year the WWE does these massive layoffs and these massive releases, and I think the thing that bothers me, and again, Coach, I'll come to you here in a minute, is that the timing of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens on a Friday right before SmackDown. I alluded to this in our group thread. Nobody's talking about what happened on that. Matter of fact, if you asked me right now what happened on that SmackDown, I couldn't tell you. Like, because everything is about, releases and, Strowman being let go and his back and forth between he and Paul Heyman about why he wasn't on the Mania card, and Dakota Kai, and we're thinking about damage control and everything that she's overcome injury wise to fight her way back and get herself in the storyline but Lyra and everything. And, obviously Cora Jade, and, she was somebody who was rumored to be on the coming up to the main roster with the rest of the NXT talent that the women's division has down there. And, obviously for whatever reasons, it didn't really work out. So I'm mad at the fact of the timing of it. But every year, it happens. And even, Miss Jackson, what I'm saying? The chick who was paired with, what's her face? Her name escapes me. Lash Legend. She was paired with Lash Legend. What I'm saying? I felt them two will come up together, maybe potentially, challenge for a tag team goal, but that left her kind of scrambling as to what she's gonna do next. Coach, talk to me, man. Where's your head at with all this?
See, I mean, it's the post mania cuts. I mean, this happens all the time. It's one of those things where you hate that it's coming, but you always can see it coming, like the post mania cuts. Um, Dakota Kai, like all she's been through to fight back, to come back. I thought she was getting, some steam behind her, and then this happens. I think she'll be okay. Um, Jakara Jackson, like again, you ask these men and women to improve, to work on their craft, and you could see the development. I mean, because NXT has become like this weird thing where it used to be just like the development like promotion, but now NXT has become a legit thing of its own, to where now, to the point to where they had to like start Evolve. Now Evolve is developmental, and then if you do good on Evolve, then you can move up to NXT, and then NXT to the main roster. So NXT used to be something, it's kind of morphed into something else. But I love to see the improvement that she made. I think she'll be okay. Like I joked in the group thread, it's not a long way to of Jacksonville from Orlando, for most of these people. So might not even have to move. But look, people losing their jobs. It sucks. It's the business of wrestling. This happens. Saw reports that like Braun Strowman, like 15% of his leg is paralyzed. It's but you see stuff like that, and it's just like they'll bring him. I guess they work to deal with him, and they'll bring him back when needed or whatever like that. So you got things like that, but yeah, one thing that I did notice, again, like, good luck trying to get me to say what happened on SmackDown, because from the opening segment, you can see Priest, whose lady had just lost her job, he was not in the mood for it. That match was supposed to be the main event, and he was like, "Get me the hell out of here. Let's do this stuff right now so I can get out of here because my lady just lost her job and she's probably." And you can see he was not in the mood for it. And I don't think anybody else was, because a lot of their friends just lost their job. And it was just a thing where some of these people will be okay. Some of these people will try to, again, I believe it was Matt Cardona who said, "Look, you can do three things right now. You can give up, you can post on your WWE name, or you can work and you can grind and you can do it, and you can make them want you back or whatever, or you can make your own way." And I'm just interested to see. I know a couple of these men and women will do just that, but I mean, look, Cora Jade already got the OnlyFans popping, and so
She was
she
cool, but
probably
that's
just
nice.
like, yeah, she probably like, all right, well, okay, like I'm gonna go ahead and do this here over here, and look, the day that OnlyFans opens, she's gonna become a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think anybody's going to be shedding any typical cord, because like the day it opens, day it goes live, she's going to be a millionaire. So that's good for her. But yeah, these releases just, they happen. It sucks. But again, a buzzword has been going around the business now. Uh, Undeniable. And I think this is the opportunity for some of these people to go away and become undeniable, and to get them to be like, you know what, maybe we made a mistake, we'll bring them back. But yeah, it's just it sucks, but
But let me
that's
ask
part
you
of the
this
business.
question.
Mhm.
I mean, just out of curiosity, and then Aaron, I'll come to you. if you're somebody like a Braun Strowman, a Dakota Kai, you know what I'm saying, and you get a phone call from Triple H or whomever reaches out to you to try to bring you back, would you?
I mean,
Would you think about coming back?
Alba Fire just did
Why
it.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Alba Fire
Like,
was releasing, and he got a phone call, and now he's back being the Secret Service. You know, so it's like, I mean, it happens. I mean, like, look,
I'm just, it's
It's
just,
business.
Cody Rhodes took a sledgehammer to the throne of the and look at him now.
mhm.
It's like it's the business. That's business, baby.
But the
You
thing
know,
is, like for me, like again, Aaron, I mean, more than welcome to chime in here. I understand it's the business, but these are people's. These are people's livelihood. These are how people put
But it's
food on
not
the table.
personal. It's
For
not
the,
personal.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. Feel me? Like, let me ask you a question. Like, and again, I kind of get where you guys are going with it, but I'm kind of flipping it on its ear. You walk into work tomorrow, your boss calls you, you know what, in the office, you know what, if Barry, company's going in a different direction, we're gonna have to let you go. You go home, tell
First
your
of all, I
wife,
give him a stunner.
I mean, you probably would.
Mhm,
You go
yeah.
home, you go home, tell your
Sweet chin
lady,
music if I
you know
can
what
get
I'm
my leg.
saying, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, dip in your savings, try to rob Peter to pay Paul, this, that, and the third. You finally get yourself back on your feet, going to AEW, going to, competition, whatever the case may be. All of a sudden, you make something of yourself. You pick yourself out of the mud, and all of a sudden, now that you're doing decent, you're back to relevant and whatever the case may be. Now you get a phone call from Triple H talking about, yo, my guy, can you come back now? Like, I get it from the business standpoint.
I think you're taking it. I think you're and Aaron, go ahead, man. But I think you're taking it the wrong way. Like it's happens
possible
all the time. It happens all the time.
I mean, it doesn't make it. You know
Well,
what?
so
Hey, talk to me, man.
I'm going to throw this at you. If I'm Braun Strowman, with all the stuff that dude's been through,
Yeah.
they released him. They turn around and say, hey, listen, Roman's down. We need you to come take the belt off Goldberg. Okay, sir, I'll do it. Hey, we need you. We're going to feed you to this one. Okay, I'll do it. The professional that guy's been at this point with a 15% paralyzed leg, I'm going to say no. If you didn't appreciate me then being there, and Strowman's a nostalgic guy for me. I loved him when he was with the original Wyatt family. So that kind of bothered me a little bit. But I said, you know what, this dude, what are they using him for right now? He's made his money. There's really no place for him. Right. You're pushing people to get him over. And that's another thing. That's Strowman. Hey, push Fatu, do this. And he's been the consummate professional. If I'm him, I'm going to say no, absolutely not. To piggyback off of the releases part, I've been saying this for a week. This women's division is on fire. Yep. It's a shame that Dakota Kai is a casualty of this. But like people like Shayna Baszler, there's no place for you. You're not at that level.
I don't like her that much anymore.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no place for you in this division right now. You are not. You're not. Io. You're not Bailey. You're not Becky. You're not all these. Aside from Charlotte, who I think should have been released a while ago.
Rhea, please, should be the first one.
I'm sorry about your wife. My bad. So, but you got the other girls coming up too. I won't mention Stephanie Vekor, but they're coming and they're hot. They're moving. This division is carrying this company right now. I'm sorry to say it, but they are.
It's the truth.
They're the exciting part to watch. I'm sorry. It was outside from Punk, Roman, and Rollins.
Yeah. NXT is a women's promotion.
But you know what it is? Like, I think you're
not wrong,
Aaron. To piggyback off of what Coach said, or kayfabe, NXT has become a third brand. It used, to your point, it used to be the feeder program. Now you got LFG and Evolve being the feeder program, which makes sense because you could put it on Tubi and you put it on A&E, and it's one's like a semi-drama and the other one is really just a training ground. But now NXT, because of the TNA deal, CW's embraced it. It's become a third brand. And to your point, the women's division in NXT is so undeniable that they have to put Roxanne, they have to put anybody they can on Raw or SmackDown, and they deserve a match. Roxanne cooks. She ain't NXT no more, in my mind. She ain't NXT. Stephanie,
but they keep sending her back down there. Like, I mean, the thing is,
I think it's a ratings thing, right? Just to kind of get that viz, but like she ain't gonna be there much longer.
Well, the thing is, you got
Stephanie is coming.
Coming.
She's ready.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Stephanie's ready. I think she just like she's waiting. She's doing her time. They're like, but I told y'all a long time ago. I was like, they don't call her the prodigy for nothing. I told you. I was like, Roxanne's ready, and they're just trying to find a perfect way to kind of like squeeze her in. And I think I found that way Monday night. I saw something Monday night that I think I found a way how they're going to squeeze her in and have her stick on the main roster. But we'll talk about that later. So
the other point of this is what men in NXT is knocking through that glass ceiling right now. There's not many of them.
They should be though, right? I mean,
right.
I think
the brand is changing.
Is really good. I think
Obafemi is fantastic.
Is really good, but like the problem is there's more spots on the women's side in Raw and SmackDown. In the men's side, Obafemi would be lost. He'd have to sit behind on SmackDown, right? He had to sit behind Drew, had to sit behind Priest. He would have to sit behind. Now you got Randy and John, right? And you got Cody, you got LA Knight, you got Jacob Fatu. Obafemi, if you bring him up now, he'd be lost. Like
kill his momentum.
Like he wouldn't know what to do. You wouldn't have anything to do with him, and then you would just waste his talent. He would be wasted.
You wouldn't because
and you just let him stay NXT champ until he's ready to go up.
Right.
You talking about Oprah Trick?
I thought Trick would be up by now.
I did too.
I think Trick's in creative purgatory. I don't feel. I feel like they have no idea what they want to do and how they want to bring him up. So they just keep him in NXT. You know, because
I think right now and throw him into a story with Carmelo Hayes, and it will cook.
But see, I think the smart thing they did is have him with Joe Henry. You know
I like that too.
I like that too. Like seriously, like Trick and Joe Henry, that's gonna cook. And now you got that cross promotion. Trick showed up on TNA last week or this. I think it was last week. And then Joe Henry comes out and screws him in the Battle Royal last night. So I really feel like before you bring Trick up, I think you have some good pieces with him and Joe Henry, because what do you do with Joe Henry after that? Because Joe Henry's getting too big for TNA. Let's just be honest. Let's keep it a buck.
The thing is, TNA is not gonna flat out let him work in WWE because he's a breadwinner.
But eventually he's going to be in the show. And
I mean, it's going to be a similar trajectory to Jordan Grace. Well, Jordan Grace was with TNA. She was the TNA Women's Champion, and she little by little she kept showing up more and more on NXT, more and more. And then when her contract was up, she jumped ship. So it's almost like kind of like a soft blow. Like kind of like Joe Henry is going to end up on the WWE roster, sooner rather than later. And it's just kind of like, because of the partnership, it's like, look, we're not just going to snatch them from you. We'll kind of slow play this to where
I'm looking at the NXT roster right now. Joe Henry's on NXT roster right now.
Yeah, he's on NXT, but I mean, once that contract is up, WD, the first call he's going to get is from Triple H. You ready? Yep, I'm ready.
Yep.
Just like Jordan did. So you know what's going to happen.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, moving right along, man. Speaking of calls up and SmackDown or whatever the case may be, I'll be honest with you. Last week's episode of SmackDown was kind of interesting. Aaron, what you think about it, buddy?
Honestly, I don't even remember watching it. That's how not interested I was in SmackDown last week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame because I spoke about this on our show last night. It's like they can't decide where to put these guys and throw it back and forth. Like a couple weeks in a row, Raw's going to be awesome, and then SmackDown is kind of blah, and then it's just like they're juggling stuff, And as much as I hate to admit this, the Cena and Orton stuff is what's really driving that show right now. In just my opinion, that's the only thing that's really exciting about SmackDown.
I gotta be honest. I like what they're doing with Jacob. They're teasing Jacob and Solo. Just give it to me. Just give me the goods.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised with how Jade Cargill worked. I was pleasantly surprised. I don't know if you guys remember that tag match.
She did work well.
She worked really well. I didn't think I would want to see Jade and Nia, two people that can who's leading this match. And you're going to have to say, all right, Nia's got to lead the match, right? But honestly, I'm like, okay, I think I could watch this match.
That was way too easy.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know what the hell happened. But I think Jade and Nia that can cook a little bit, and then you put them on the next night at the PLE. So I like that. I love what Naomi, like, she's lurking. I thought that whole segment was really good.
Yeah,
and into the match, like, don't forget about me. And Nia, I mean, Naomi is just, you said it. She's cooking right now.
As a heel, she's fantastic.
Yeah, she's getting it. She just
everything from the look, the hair, the outfit, to the way she's talking, to like what she's saying. Like that tweet, if you bring it up, serious, that tweet was like, Coach said, absolutely savage. But it's like, I'm here for it. It was perfect. So, yeah, I thought that part was good. And honestly, the Miz match with Aleister Black, meh.
Woof.
It for me. something about the Rey Fenix and Santos Escobar match didn't click with me. I was expecting a lot more high flying, and it was really a lot of, like, I don't know. It was just a really kind of grinded out physical match. You know what I mean? So Selena, I thought her match with Piper was pretty good. Piper is pretty underrated, how she works. I think
I'm glad you said that, because I was gonna say that too. Like, she works, like, and I think she doesn't get
she doesn't get a lot of credit. But I mean, for overall, I thought this show was a C+. I kind of agree with you guys. Kind of forgettable.
Do you think that this is like the Netflix effect, where Netflixes want all these stars on that show, and that's why USA is suffering?
For sure. Yeah.
I think it's the Fox effect. You know what I mean? Ever since Fox lost SmackDown, like, now USA had to pick it up, and I feel like the priority is Raw. It's switching back to Raw
100%,
as the priority, and SmackDown's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's 100% right.
Yeah.
All right. Steve, talk to me about SmackDown. What's going on?
Man, don't ask me shit about SmackDown. I don't remember nothing. Like,
SmackDown was about as good as your margarita a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Here we go with this nonsense again. Here we go.
So look. I'm gonna say something. Okay, I have shifted my focus from Winter Tarde to a oldie but a goodie, McDonald's. Okay, so the other day. Okay, so
I was just Cinco de Mayo with the margarita.
It was look. We don't do free ads, but I'll just flash it real quick. These guys here make a hell of a margarita. I'm not gonna say the name because no free ads. Look.
Give up the ball, Jason.
Oh my God. Anyway, like, I'm sure we're all watching the basketball too.
Bing bong! Bing bong! Stand up! Let's go!
Oh my God!
You guys watching the Rockets
just dribbled this ball out?
No. The what? Anyway,
what? You know what? I'm about to cut you off.
Cut his mic. Anyway, but no. So getting back to important matters, McDonald's. Okay, look. They have these new chicken strips. Like, so they had the old chicken strips.
They're the McChicken strips.
Yeah. So those were good. So they tried to bring them back. Like the new McChicken. Look, not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. They're not good. Now, the creamy chili sauce that comes with them, phenomenal. But the new chicken strips, awful. And those are my thoughts on SmackDown.
Understood. We'll keep it pushing. Switching gears, looking at Monday Night Raw, there was a lot that was going on there on Monday Night Raw. I think that, honestly, Paul Heyman cut the promo of a lifetime.
I thought he was going to have a stroke.
I mean, he sold it. He like his face was shaking. You know, it was beautifully done. Talk to me about Monday Night Raw. Aaron, where'd you at, bro?
So Heyman, that dude, I felt bad for him. I thought he was going to be taken out with an AED strapped to his chest. Like he was just on fire, red, sweaty.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude is about to have a cardiac event in the middle of the ring. But Gold, that whole segment was fantastic. I like how they're setting up that whole thing with Jay. Like even when they were backstage, like, oh, he fell for it. You know, we baited him into this. I legit thought 3 times that Uso was losing that belt in the middle of that match too. And I was like, they can't do this soon. But I mean, there was going to be some shenanigans. Raw overall was really good. I missed Stephanie. I was hoping she was going to be on there, but Becky's segment with Lyra, I think that's going to be a fantastic match.
Oh, yes.
I know there's probably going to be some.
I got to cook on that, Rope.
Yeah, good.
No, go, keep going.
I think there's going to be some shenanigans with that. And I think somehow Bailey's getting involved. I don't know if it's going to be pre or in the middle or post match, but we know that's going to be the driving force to get Bailey and Becky in the ring for that belt at some point. So, Raw is just fantastic.
Let's put a pin in that right there, Aaron.
Go for it.
I want to give Becky a world of credit because what she did in that promo is she put 2 people over that needed it, and she put herself over in the process. She put Lyra over, and she put Bailey over. She put Bailey over because when she comes back, now she has a feud to walk into and be able to elevate herself. Because everybody's seen the interview with Chris, like that, talking about how she's not on that level of Becky and Charlotte, and she doesn't know what to do and blah blah blah. Now she has something to do when she comes back, and she just made Lyra on the back end. Like she made her, and it's going to really give her a good match and elevate the belt and Lyra in the same process. This is what Charlotte was supposed to do at WrestleMania.
Thank you. I'm glad you said it.
Thank you.
This is what she was supposed to do with Tiffany. Thank you.
And she didn't do it because she's selfish. And Becky,
I don't think she can do it.
She didn't want to.
That's it. She doesn't want to.
She can. She didn't want to.
Yeah, and so what Becky did is what Charlotte should have done, and now Charlotte's gone, and Becky has come in, and this is how you make someone, because somebody did it for me, and I'm gonna do it for these 2 people, and that's what she did. Becky Lynch. I was always like a fan, but not like, well, why is she the man? Why are you gonna call it? That's why she's the man, because nobody else would do something like that or is able to do. Like we're talking Austin Bret Hart double heel turn level type stuff. And it's really simple what she did. To take out the trash. She's trash. When you take out the trash, you don't complain they took out the trash. You thank them because they took out the. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to give Lyra some credit because she fired back at Becky.
Exactly.
Recycling. Right.
That wasn't a one-way thing. It's like Lyra had to, she had to bring her part of the deal too, and she delivered.
Yep. She said, you've been recycling all kinds of old stuff. Like she just let her have it. I was like, wow, this is awesome.
You know they worked through it, Aaron. You know they worked through that kind of a little bit, but she delivered it. It was believable. Now I'm invested in this match, and now I can't wait for when Bailey comes back. You know, like that's how you do it, man. That's how you make. That's how you do it. It's really simple.
It was awesome. It was awesome to watch.
I just wanted to put a pin in that and give Becky her credit. Whatever you guys want to cook on that, please go ahead. But I had to give her credit.
Yeah, she definitely deserved it. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, the show was good. I'm still kind of confused about the Rusev Otis thing. Like,
oh boy,
yeah,
you just bring this dude back and you're gonna feed Otis to him. Like, Otis, so good. I love that guy. Like, a lot of people forget that mofo had the Money in the Bank briefcase. They gave it to him for a reason. They should have pulled the trigger with him with something. But like,
they didn't.
Why are you doing this to Rusev? You're killing this dude's momentum too. Maybe it's I don't know. But
I think it's a thing where in Rusev in his promo, he was like, "Oh well, the people who are lost, who are not finding their way." So maybe it's one of those things where it's like he's doing this with Otis to try to bring something out of Otis, and then we'll
Maybe.
move on. So that's the
But
only a little smidgen of hope I have with this whole thing. Other than that, I don't like it. It's kind of weird to me, but I
Right.
did with that promo. He did mention like I was lost, and it's
yeah,
now I was in the abyss, and now I'm gonna bring others out of the abyss, and this could be his way of doing that with Otis. Just
So maybe a
I just don't
little
see
a
it.
la
I mean,
cross effect.
exactly.
and that's kind of where I was going at. You got the anti-cross effect at this
Yep.
point.
Yeah.
Cross is trying to bring people into the abyss, and guess Rusev is trying to bring people out of the abyss. It's just I'm sick and tired, and I've said this many, many times. I'm sick and tired of the Alpha Academy being used as, I guess,
A
punch
footstool.
bags,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
will. At one time, I want to see them win. I want to see them do well. I mean, I don't want to see a championship go to them anytime soon. But
Or do you? Wouldn't they be kind of fun a little bit with the gold a little bit, just a little bit?
I mean, we dealt with War Raiders, so yeah, that and Judgment Day together.
No, they're the War Raiders brought to you by Clash of Clans. That is their
Clash,
that is their that is
my
their
bad.
that is their
Clash of
that is
Clans
their
War Raiders.
I thought we weren't getting any free advertisements tonight.
Yeah, that is their name. Yeah.
But I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Moving right along, what's going on with this whole Judgment Day situation now on Raw. I was listening to Aaron's show where he and Justin were talking about the inevitable breakup and how that's going to unfold eventually, especially using Dominic's championship as a catalyst to kind of split that up. They need what the hell's going on here? Steve, talk to me, man.
Like Finn Balor is selfish. He is selfish, and I can't be the leader of this group if I don't have gold around my waist. Because everybody's going to be looking to the champion. Everybody's looking to Dom, and you can see Dominic's like, "Oh, can you take care of this AJ Styles thing from me? For me real quick." He's like, "Oh, what? Take care." And then he's like, "Oh, yeah, sure, brother." So like, yeah, I'll take care of AJ Styles. And no, like again, I pay attention to all these little things just because it's like Triple H tries to hide little Easter eggs and nuggets and things and stuff like that. So y'all got to kind of pay attention. When AJ found the clubhouse, he didn't say, "Hey, what's up, guy?" First thing he said was, "What's up, Prince?"
Yeah.
Now, if you know the history between AJ Styles and Finn Balor, you know they go way back. And so when he said, "What's up, Prince?" And then also you see Finn talking to Roxanne backstage. I think Finn is gonna secretly kind of rally the troops, so to speak. And it's like when Judgment Day kicks him to the curb, he's starting to get his group together, so to speak. And like I said, and we'll talk about this when we break down the PLE, but I'm on a roller coaster with Judgment Day. I want them to break up. I want them to stay together. I want them to break up. I want them to stay together. It's like now I'm like, it's just, I don't know, like I'm just on this roller coaster with Judgment Day to where I want them to stay together for now, and then eventually they'll break up.
When
Because
Liv
this
gets
thing,
back.
I was gonna say when Liv gets back, because again, I noticed all these things. Raquel didn't have the tag title.
That's right.
She didn't have it on her.
But Pierce didn't make him relinquish it either.
No,
no.
But when you
it was
watch
just weird,
the
she
segment,
didn't have it.
When you watch the segment, it wasn't on her shoulder.
It wasn't around her waist.
You didn't see it.
It wasn't even in the background. Nope.
Wasn't in the background hanging up in the clubhouse. The tag title was non-existent. It wasn't there. So I just, like I said, I watch wrestling. I watch this stuff because like you got to watch for the Easter egg stuff like that. Because sometimes what Triple H does, he'll put things right in front of you and people don't notice.
That's a true story.
So like and this is why I tend to rewatch Raws and SmackDown stuff like that because sometimes you got to see things a second time. But like, look, I love this current Judgment Day. It's like they kind of got like rejuvenated with this whole thing. And again, we'll break the match down, but I feel like this has to end with Dom and Balor. Let's call it at SummerSlam. I don't even want that Money in the Bank. I want this to kind of like be a thing. I want this to be a summertime feud that ends, in MetLife. And I'm just that's where I'm at with that. No disrespect to Penta. You guys know how I feel about Penta. But it's like I am more invested in the Judgment Day story right now than anything else connected to this. So
That's weird because we've been talking about them breaking up and that this story being stale or whatever the case may be. You put the strap on Dom and you get Finn Balor being, upset and salty, and then all of a sudden, boom, now people are investing in it. Aaron, where's your head at with all this?
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Be done with it already. Like I'm with Steve. I like it to a degree. I'm back and forth with it too. But at this point, I just want to see JD be the one that splits this thing up down the middle, screws Finn out of the title, lets Dom continue, and they just move on. And because of your point, the point is going to be made, Finn, you're selfish, you're not a leader. And that's just kind of where I think they're going to go with the storyline, how they break it up. But rip the Band-Aid off at this point. Let them all go do their own thing. They should have released Raquel Rodriguez with the rest of these people. Just my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, she's just not – I'm not invested in her. I'm not invested in her at all.
She's big. She's big mommy cool, man.
Yeah, but if she would – let me ask you a question, though. If she wasn't teamed up with Liv Morgan, no one would even know who the hell she is.
No.
Liv is elevating her.
That's her job.
Know. Right, but I'm just saying, I don't know whose cousin she is or who she's married to, whatever.
But that's always been her thing. Even going back to NXT, she's always been the big girl next to somebody else.
Right.
She's like the big enforcer. That's always been that's her role.
Tamina Snuka 2.0.
Boom. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But honestly, the match was really good. We say it. I know, kayfabe coach Steve in the house is going to say it. Penta is a fucking vibe. Sorry for my language.
Oh yeah, I love him.
Penta is a vibe. Like I can't not watch him like come to the ring and think of like Smooth Operator, because that's what I see on my Instagram every time with the like he's just he is the prime example of why AEW has no idea what the hell they're doing, because they had him in house and did nothing with him. He comes to WWE and he's a absolute vibe.
They got Penta parties now.
Yeah, Penta parties. Like him and JD had a really good match, and like I agree with you guys. I want Judgment Day to break up, but I kind of don't, because I just want to see the train about to crash, and I just want to watch. You know what I mean? So how they do it? Like I thought Liv would be the divider. It's clearly going to be it's clearly going to be Finn Balor at some level. But it's like, who's going to get the kids? Who gets Raquel and who gets Carlito? You know what I mean?
Listen, I love Carlito still. That dude.
I love Carlito.
Him and R-Truth. I love them. They should have the two of them as a tag team, R-Truth and Carlito.
That would be hilarious.
Good grief. Oh man, that would
be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. That would almost be unwatchable.
You'd have R-Truth kind of spit out an orange or something.
I want to say this because everybody's been giving Jay crap, because they don't think he has 5-star matches, and like I still kind of I'm 50-50 on it, but how good is Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins put him in a match and really made Jay look like a really good champ, and not to say that he's not, because I really like Jay. And I think, he cooked in his promo. Paul Heyman kind of worked with him and made everything kind of click. But Seth Rollins forced Jay to put on a match and put on a show.
Sure enough did.
Kudos.
But like I said last night on with Aaron and Justin, it's like the Jay Uso can't wrestle crowd been mighty quiet.
Yeah,
mighty quiet. Mighty quiet. Mighty quiet.
The only thing that Jay seems to be lacking right now, and to what Villain just said, is that Paul worked with him. His mic skills were slipping a little bit. I think he's just kind of got that train back on the tracks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been awkward. It's been awkward the last couple of weeks, man. It's like it's like to yeet or not to yeet. That is the question.
You know what I liked, Coach? What he did was say, "No yeet right now. Let me cook." And then when Heyman was finished, he's like, "No, Omaha, can you help me out here?" Like he is starting to control the yeet.
Yeah.
And I like that because it's like, no yeet. Listen to me talk. I'm gonna cook right now. Now let's yeet together. We're gonna bring the energy up. You know, four letters, one word, yeet. You know, like I would, I like it. I like it. And like you can't deny it when the music cuts and they're like one more time. He like.
He's like,
he controls it. He controls it. You got. That's why he's the champ. That's why he's the champ because he controls the crowd and he's doing a great job of it. And I like the main event chain now. He's got the
it's funny you two. I'm like, man, the main event chain is beautiful, and something else that was beautiful. Something else that was beautiful. That pedigree reversal of the spear. A single tear went down my cheek. I was like, this is wrestling. This is wrestling. I was like, Seth Rollins is too good. He's too good. I was just
because now you got Seth getting Jay to have This Is Awesome chance. When did you heard? When's the last time you saw a Jay match have This Is Awesome chance?
I want you guys to pay attention to that move in the future, though, because I was watching Raw and I said, this is going to be how Breaker beats Rollins for the World Heavyweight title. Is going to be that spear reversal into the pedigree. He's going to use his finisher on him.
Yeah.
Because I saw back, I forgot to hit on this before. You saw when Paul was backstage with Seth, you can tell this is going to be a very short-lived alliance with those guys. Breaker already has that resting bitch face kind of thing, like it's a jealousy thing. It's already starting to show. So they're going to drop those Easter eggs too. But I was just watching that move and I said, man, you know how they use the finishers on each other? What if next year at Mania, Rollins is carrying that belt? Rollins goes to spear him and freaking Breaker pedigrees his ass and wins the title. Like, I can see it coming. I think that'd be awesome.
But you know who's coming? You know who I think is the third man. Like we can say the third. Who's the third man? Who's the Austin Theory? Austin Theory. They're planting the seeds.
Nothing else to do. Yep.
Planting the seeds.
That's another dude. Another dude that's misused.
Yeah.
And man, like, look, I don't think people realize. I want to say this real quick. I don't think people realize how good Theory is. That boy can cook when given a chance. He can go out there and he can really go. And I would love him to be in this group because he would fit. Because then giving him the access to Heyman and Rollins, and then having him and Breaker be the young gun, so to speak. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yep.
Because you got to look at it like this. You know, Grayson is good, but it's boring now. It's dull. Now you've kind of kicked off a little bit of a storyline with those two. That like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And who's the perfect guy? Sheamus, because Sheamus came back. He could use a win or two here and there, right? But now you got something with those two, and it just takes that one backstage segment of those two arguing. Heyman passing by, like looking at him, like, "Come over here if you want." That's all you need, and we're good. I think we called it a week or 2 weeks ago. Who we would like to be that third person in the group. There's some candidates, but I really think the guy that could benefit the most is Austin Theory.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, let's go ahead and look at this Backlash card. We already touched on a couple things.
Oh, and one thing, we talked about it before, but I just want to bring it up. Roxanne and Io Sky.
Yeah,
what a match. She's ready. She's ready. Bring her up. Io is money every time she gets into the ring.
And the funny thing, I should be bad serious because I was one of these guys that was scratching my head wondering why right before Mania they put the strap on her. And the way she is working and the way she's just, whether it's Stephanie Vaquer or whether it's Roxanne Perez, it doesn't matter which person they throw in the ring with her. They put on, like, they work, and Io's bringing the best out of all these different women. And the thing is, these other women are good that she's in the ring with. Like she a couple weeks ago she was in the ring with Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley all work. So I'm saying like it's I'm so proud of her carrying the strap. Now we have to talk about, who eventually takes the strap off her. I kind of hope it's not Rhea Ripley because I like her chasing right now. But
I think she's at the point where she doesn't need the strap.
No,
right.
she
doesn't.
She don't need it.
Yeah.
She don't need the strap to be relevant and to get on the show. You need Rhea on the show. She has to be there every week. She has to be at a PLE. She has to be there because she's the biggest. I don't care what anybody says. She's probably one of the biggest stars in the company. Period.
Correct.
Oh, of course.
So
yeah.
Correct.
It'd be nice for her to have the strap chase it. Like it was a big thing for her at SummerSlam last year to you know what I mean? But like I agree with you. As much as I would love my wife to have it, I really don't think my wife needs it. I really don't.
No.
So does Io hold this all the way through SummerSlam?
Why not? She deserves it. Why not?
I'm not projecting to it. I'm just
book her in a good program. Like if anything, what you can do is have Mommy chase it at the next pay-per-view. Mommy loses. Maybe it's Bianca that comes in and screws her, or maybe they find somebody else that can come in, give a good program with Io up until SummerSlam, and then you can bring Mommy back. Like there's a couple ways you can do it. Maybe you kind of give Mommy a little break because maybe Mommy needs a break. You know what I mean? Maybe she needs like a month off.
She could use a break. She really, I mean, honestly, she could use a break. After last year, she could use a little bit of a break.
So she's not doing anything.
Who's that?
So
Bianca's hurt.
Yes, exactly.
So
but
it won't be Bianca.
So who would you? Io's not going to defend at Backlash. So the next pay-per-view is
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
So that's where you probably put Roxanne. You probably put maybe Becky. Who like I don't know, guys. Like who do you think?
There's so many options.
There's a lot of options. There's a lot of options. It's a good problem to have for them for creative because you can go a lot of different ways with this thing.
I was really hoping the other night. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, Aaron, who would you pick?
Well, I was gonna say, I was hoping the other night when they didn't build this as a women's heavyweight championship match, would have been the perfect time to let Roxy beat Io. Would have given her the rub.
Yeah.
Then they could have said, "I beat you." This would have built the program for the next PLE.
Yeah.
I've already beat you. Give me a real shot now. Whether or not they elevated her more at that point, but that would have given the perfect opportunity to bust her through that door.
But see, here's the thing.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I've always said this, and again, Villain, I'll come in here in a minute. I've always said this. In order for me to have complete buy-in to the program, there has to be some fear that whomever is currently holding the strap would lose it. I just don't foresee, even though Roxanne Perez is really, really good, I don't foresee Roxanne being able to pull the strap off of Io. So
that's what I was kind of thinking. Like, I think they're building Roxanne and Julia to be the tag champs. That's where I think they're heading. Because I
can't see them doing that.
They're a duo that is kind of going through Raw and kind of running amok, like interrupting in matches, messing with messing with Mommy, messing with their Genius of the Sky, but together. They're doing it together. So where's the next thing? You got these tag belts on these two that probably don't deserve it and don't need it. Put them there. Let them be on Raw as the tag champs. Elevate those belts, and then you can push Roxanne to Io, whoever's the champ down the line.
Wasn't that Last Legend and Miss Jackson's path that we thought was going to happen last year?
But now
Lash
there. So what are we going to do with Flash?
Yeah.
Flash got to go to SmackDown. She's got to go to SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's where I think she would go. I think Ziana could use a nice little little feud for the US strap over there or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Well, before we get out of here, man, let's talk about this PLE, man.
What
I
match?
We're all
said
so
this.
excited for it.
I said this on Aaron and Justin's show yesterday. I'm really. I'm not invested too much. I mean, I'm gonna watch it because I'm a wrestling fan, but I'm not gonna be locked and loaded like that, like I should be, man. This fatal 4-way, Jacob Fatu, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, kind of breaking it down a little bit, man. Where's your head at with this one, Coach?
So this match, I have an interesting theory. I feel like first off, I'll just say I think 5-2 retains. Because I don't think you take the belt off him now. So I'm more concentrated on the other three gentlemen in this match. The two of the gentlemen have a distinction of winning Money in the Bank. And then you have LA Knight. My theory is that LA Knight again will lose this match because I think 5-2 retains. But I think LA Knight down the line ends up winning Money in the Bank.
You're not the first person I heard say that today.
Yeah, because it's
I
like okay,
agree.
so it's like 5-2 retains. It's gonna be a hell of a match. You have so much cross beef with all the guys in this match, stuff like that. Priest has been Mr. Money in the Bank. So has McIntyre. The one person is LA Knight, and I feel like LA Knight loses this match, but then I think he goes on in LA to win Money in the Bank.
And can you imagine LA Knight and Cena in a promo battle?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it would cook.
They would tear the house down.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think this is going to be a great match. I think you got four guys in there who are going to tear each other apart.
Yeah.
But I think the bigger thing for me, looking at the bigger picture, is what comes out of this is I feel like LA Knight will put on a great performance and will kind of parlay that into again in LA winning Money in the Bank. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I think it's not if Jacob retains, it's how he retains. They got to put the story together to put LA out of this picture into the Money in the Bank picture, and then set up. I think they're going to set up Jacob in Solo. I think that's what they got to go with next because
they're setting up Jacob Solo this weekend.
Yeah.
So Solo gets involved here.
I think so. I think then you have Saturday Night Main Event.
Okay.
Because Priest and Drew don't belong in this match. You know what I mean? Like, really, you're just trying to find something for them to do.
Yeah.
They cook.
Which is a shame.
Just a shame.
Yeah.
Which is an issue. Look. They will probably end up. Look, I'll sign up for another match between these two at Money in the Bank just to give them something to do.
Absolutely.
Sign me up. Yeah.
They work well together, and these two really, Drew should be hunting the title. He should be hunting Cena right now, but Cena's kind of sucked the air out of that belt. Let's be honest.
He's killing wrestling.
He's killing wrestling. So that now you got these two guys that should be going after him that really you can't do anything with.
That's why Aaron, talk to me, man. Where's your head at?
I'm with Steve on this. It's not Fatu's winning, but I have a little bit of a different theory on how LA Knight gets into the Money in the Bank match because you saw the other week where LA was talking to Priest and said, "Hey, we don't have a problem, but if this continues, we're going to have a problem." I think this is going to end up where Priest and LA kind of get rolling, and then they're going to be putting a Money in the Bank qualifying match. LA is going to go over because Drew's going to screw Priest again, and it's going to set up another match at Money in the Bank. That in tune gives LA his shot at the title, at the briefcase. So I'm with it, and I'm with Steve. LA Knight, it makes sense. It'd be a smart business move for them. Then my question is, what do you do with that briefcase? Because I think they've fumbled it so many times over the past few years, the way they've mishandled it.
Yeah.
Who does he go after? Does he go after Cena, or does he go after whoever the world heavyweight champion is? Like, that's where it's going to get kind of wonky. You know, Cena's going to carry this for a while. then that means LA is going to obviously carry the briefcase for a while. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to end up, but I like it. I don't like the predictability. The predictability is gone. I like that.
Yeah. All right, moving on. This squash match here, Pat McAfee, Gunther. I'm not even sure what to make of it, to be painfully honest with you, but it's on the card. Clearly, I can't even make sense of it, man. Aaron, talk to me.
One word: Goldberg.
Yep.
Goldberg's going to have his final match against Gunther at SummerSlam. He's going to come out and help him out. Yeah, I'm tired of him. He's old. He's done. He wants to have his retirement match, whatever. Goldberg's going to get involved with this somehow, and he's going to come out and bail McAfee out of the jam, or I don't know, but Goldberg's involved.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say about this match.
That's the only reason that you do this match. Hey, Pat, can you give us something so we can get Goldberg involved and build that up for SummerSlam? I feel bad for Gunther, but hopefully, hopefully it elevates. I hope this isn't selfish by Goldberg, but I hope it elevates Gunther somehow.
Yeah, Gunther's got to beat him.
Otherwise, it's a pain in the ass. It's a waste.
Because then Gunther's got that notch in his belt.
This feels like a waste, to be honest with you. This feels like a waste.
Yeah, I hope Bill does the business and lays down for this guy and gives back to the business that you gave nothing to. Let's be honest.
But why would he? He's never done it. Why would he do it now?
Most people on the way out the door do it, though.
And winning this match, Coach, I got a major. I don't like him as much as it is. If he comes out of SummerSlam winning that match and doesn't put Gunther over, Stone Cold put The Rock over in his last match. Okay, when Sean thought he was retiring after WrestleMania, he was an asshole, but he put Steve over at WrestleMania 14. Yep. I mean, guys, Flair laid down his last match. Like you do the business.
If I'm anybody in creative, I don't let him come back to do this unless he agrees to do it. Do the job, or you're not coming back.
This is the guy who's gone out of his way to be like, oh well, the business is the business, whatever. Like he why would you expect him? Why would you expect the guy who's never done the right thing to do the right thing? It's just like so. I don't know. It's like but to speak on this match could be fun. It's not gonna be a 5-star match. It can be fun though. It can be because again, I said it last night and I said it in the group. It's like Pat McAfee's a sicko. He loves this stuff. He's
going to get the shit beat out of him.
He is going to get the shit beat out of him. Gunther's going to just wipe the floor with him. He is going to have him. He's going to break a table. He might blade. I mean, that's crazy, man. He might blade. And again, it's all going to end with a Goldberg spear on Gunther. Blah blah blah. See you at SummerSlam. It's like whatever,
McAfee's chest is going to look like taco meat.
Yeah. He might not wear his signature tank top on this show. He might be wearing a t-shirt.
He's the bar vest from Roman Reigns.
Moving right along. Main event: Jey Uso, Logan Paul.
It's not confirmed yet.
Not confirmed.
It's not, but
confirmed.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly where my head's at with that. It's rumored that this match is gonna get added to the card. There's been some shenanigans between.
Just put Logan it on Paul. Saturday Night Main Events. Nobody want to see this shit.
No one wants to see Logan Paul. But the motherfucker sells.
Sells what? Sells what? Tickets? I ain't buying a ticket to go see this fool.
People show up just to see him get his ass.
Look, man. Like he's like the Dallas Cowboys. You have the Cowboys fans who want to see them win. You have everyone else who wants to see them lose.
So
as long as you're buying a ticket, it doesn't matter. So it's like
5 fans to watch them lose. 5.
They got to pick ins the right side.
Yes.
Don't do that to Aaron.
I can't wait again.
He's a nice person.
He didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that.
I have found my calm I find my calm.
Listen,
Believe me, I find my
I'll
calm.
unfind it for you. I don't want to see this goddamn match. I don't. It's disrespectful to Jay that his first. Thank God his first title defense was against Seth Rollins and doesn't have to be against.
That's why they did that, because technically his first title defense was against Seth Rollins and not Logan Paul.
Yeah, I mean Logan Paul doesn't deserve a title shot. I feel like at some point he's going to get a title, and it's going to make me want to not watch wrestling again.
What are you gonna do when he wins Money in the Bank, Bear?
That's why I think he wins Money in the Bank. By the way.
I think I'm going to throw my computer into my 65-inch TV over here. That's what I think I'm going to do. I feel.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry, guys. Like,
Listen,
With that being said, moving right along.
I didn't mean. I'm sorry, Barry. Please,
he needs time to heal.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, now I feel like
Time heals we kind of touched on this earlier. But this Becky versus Lyra Valkyria match.
I'm here for it. That's one of the only matches I think I'm really anxious to see.
Match of the night potential match of the night, potential show stealer, because I remember watching these women for the NXT championship.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, that was a 5-star match. That was, again, two women who know each other, who work well together. It's just these women are going to cook, and this could potentially be the best match of the whole PLE. That's just so yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy that Becky's back, and and she's doing it the right way, bringing somebody up for the ride, and also
bringing, like you alluded to, she's propping up too. Including herself, you know what I'm saying? So
there's not many people that can do that.
After they finish this business here, I mentioned this on Aaron's show yesterday. It wouldn't shock me if Bayley gets involved here.
No, I don't
know if he gets involved in this match, but I think it's coming, and I think maybe you have like Lyra win this match, a close win. And then, like, maybe Money in the Bank, they tag them again, or at a Saturday Night Main Event, and that's when Becky gets involved. You know what I mean? Like, maybe this one is a little cleaner without the interference, and you just let these
if it's booked, I mentioned this on Aaron's show yesterday. I don't think Becky's gonna win clean. By no stretch of the imagination, she's a heel.
She's a heel now, right?
So she's gonna have to win dirty. I just think that because of the way the promos have been, like when Lyra first came out and put a championship on the line, she said, "Well, Bayley warned me about you."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and everything, and Becky was like, "We don't have to wait a couple months to find out who did it. I did it. You know what I'm saying?" Because she kept stabbing me in the back, and this, that, and the third. So. Mm-hmm. That it feels like, again, we talk about Easter eggs being laid. It feels like they're laying the groundwork for Bayley to come back, and this is the feud that does it. And so I to your point, Villain. Let's say they go round 2. Let's say Lyra wins this weekend, and then at Money in the Bank or Saturday Main Event they they go again. I could see him, bringing back Bayley then, but why wait?
Right.
Why wait? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they already took her WrestleMania spot for this, in my opinion. So let's get on there. Let's get the juices flowing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever case may be. Coach, where's your head at with this one?
Yeah, like I was saying, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I love Lyra, but I think Becky wins. You know what I'm saying? I think she wins. Give the IC title a little juice, little something extra, because you'll have Becky with it. They'll put on a great match. I think Becky might win clean. That's my hot take there. I think she might win clean. I don't think
you do that. I don't think you do that.
I do. I think you go out there and she wins clean, and then she's like, and then she can she be like, "I'm the man, and the man's back." So like that, and then you can resume with Bayley. You know what I'm saying? Bayley saying, like, coming on, taking on the man or whatever like that. I don't know. Like I said, I think this could be a match of the night potential if they let
I
these
don't
women go
think
out there and just work. But I don't know. I got a feeling that Becky will win this match clean. But again, it's like she's the heel. But like
right.
I don't know. I don't know.
I just feel like it'll be a mistake to do that, to have Becky win clean, because then you're really pushing Lyra down. And I think the point is to bring her up. So if you have Becky not win, if she wins dirty, it keeps Lyra at that point like, I should have won, you cheated kind of thing. It keeps her up, because you're really trying to you're not trying to push Becky down, you're trying to bring Lyra up, right? So doing a clean loss really just like sets Lyra off into the abyss. Now you're doing like a Braun Strowman, like Aaron talked about before. Like you don't want that for her. So that's why I don't like the idea of a clean win for Becky.
I see what Steve's saying. If anybody can pull that part off, it's Becky, because Becky is a good heel, but she's a good wrestler to boot. She's not your typical heel that has to cheat to win.
Yeah.
They could put on a banger of a match and just wear each other out, where at the end, Becky's just the stronger one at the end. And she goes, hey, good job. You just couldn't keep up just yet. Like, I see where Steve is going with that. I still think that Bailey's going to be involved somehow. There's going to be a distraction, and that's how Becky's going to win. But the other side is much more. I think about it. Goldberg's going to come back. Are they really going to want to bring back two returning superstars? Because if Bill's as selfish as he is, this is my night. It shouldn't be anybody else's.
Yeah.
So maybe they wait for Bailey.
That's why I said
on the Raw.
Case could be made. So
you know,
thing, if they wait for Bailey to come back and interfere, do they put the strap? Do they keep the strap on Lyra here, or do they move it to Becky?
Keep it on Lyra. Wait for Saturday night, and then you bring Bailey in. That's what I would do.
Villain's right. It doesn't hurt Becky to lose the match, but it does hurt Lyra a little bit if she loses the match so soon. So I'm there's just so many ways to spin this.
But Aaron, I think you do have to get the belt off Lyra at some point, because we've all said that her IC reign has kind of been really mid.
Yes.
Well,
at some point they will.
You think that's why Bailey, not Bailey, but I keep mentioning Bailey. You keep that's why Becky came back to elevate that particular title. So either now or Saturday main event or something like that, she's getting that strap.
Because look at Chelsea. Chelsea had a really good U.S. title run, and they still took the strap off her unceremoniously. So. And I thought she deserved to keep it a little longer. I thought she did a great job with the belt. I thought she had a really good. She had good matches. I thought her promo.
Did she though? Like it was Michin, Selena Vega. I mean,
her and Michin put on some pretty good matches though.
Yes, they did. They did.
What are we talking about here?
I just don't feel as though they gave either Chelsea or Lyra believable storylines with
I think they did with Chelsea more than they did with Lyra. Like let's put it
with Michin.
No, I think Chelsea made the most of her title run because of their social media work, and
I'll give you that much.
And her secret Hervis
just her personality, and it's like Lyra, while she can hoop, she doesn't have a personality. And you have somebody like Becky who knows her, who can work with her, and can bring out that personality that she was lacking with other people. So that's why. Yeah, again, her title run has been underwhelming, but then you see this with Becky. With Becky can kind of bring that out of her to where now it's like, again, we talked about this earlier. She had to deliver on her side of the promo, and she did.
Sure did. Yeah. I think this is going to spin to go back to the match itself. Eventually, when Bailey takes this title off of Becky, Becky has now done two things. She's made that title relevant, and she's pushed Bailey back up to the top of the card where she belongs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. And let's be honest, Bailey needs the help. Bailey is so good, but she can't do. For some reason, she can't do it on her own. It's really
not her personality. It's not in her. It's not. Like,
she's too nice.
Again, we like people tease Becky with like the Becky Hogan stuff and stuff like that, whatever like that, and like that's look. She talked about that on Raw recap. It's like again, it's like people should ease up on the Becky Hogan stuff because she's not nearly as bad as Terry is. But like So what she will do is she will again bring this title up on her own, and then her and Bailey can just cook, and they can have their battles with it, stuff like that. So I'm all here for it. Big ups to Becky for just being her. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And just doing this because again we go back to it. This is what Charlotte was supposed to do, but she chose not. She chose not to. This is what you do. This is how you elevate yourself and others around you instead of just me, 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 me.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. I don't know. I sneezed or something.
We already touched on it a little bit. We got Dominic versus Penta.
That match is gonna
Going on Saturday. You guys said that Becky Lyra may steal the show. This is going to be another good one, in my opinion. Talk to me about this one really quickly before we shut it down with the main event.
I just don't want any
Dylan,
shenanigans. I would.
Thank
I said
you.
this last night.
Thank you.
I said this last night with Aaron and Justin. Just let these two guys. Like I say it all the time. Give them 15 minutes. Give them 20 minutes. Let them go out there and cook. No shenanigans. I want Dom to win. I love y'all know how I feel about Penta. I want Dom to win, but I would love for Dom, and it elevates Dom and it makes Dom look good, and it strengthens his title reign if he goes out there and no interference, none of that. If he just goes out there, puts on a match with Penta and wins, and then that sprint, that then the rest of the judgment is going to look at him like, man, Dom went out there and beat Penta without any, this would, and then Finn can, and then that just builds up the jealousy with Finn. It's like, oh, everybody loves Dom because he went out there and beat Penta, and so they're going to be shenanigans. We're gonna get JD. We're gonna get all that stuff like that. I don't think it's needed, but we're gonna get it.
I think they just have to be careful of who's going to benefit more in this match, Penta or Dom. Dom's going to benefit from a clean win. Penta's not going to benefit from a clean loss. That's going to hurt him a little bit. I think so. They have to be careful how they do this. They have to be careful, but because, like I said, if Penta won this match, I ain't going to be mad.
right?
I like
no.
and I think eventually he's going to get this strap. I just think you got to wait until SummerSlam to get him this strap. You know what I mean? Or down the line, maybe a little further, maybe Survivor Series. Maybe that's when you give him the strap. But until then, you got a lot of time with Penta. Don't waste it. Maybe he loses. You know what happens? Americano comes in and screws him out of this match. And it's not the Judgment Day that screws him. It's Americano. Then you get Penta Americano, a nice little program for a month or two, and then you push him back into the IC picture.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, yeah. I can see that. I can see that popping off.
And did you see the subtle little thing that Pierce did? Hey, Americano. What?
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Shutting the show down one more time, one last time is what they're calling it. We got John Cena, Randy Orton. The nostalgia in me is loving this. However, if this is the last time, let's come on with a banger, man. Aaron, you mentioned something on your show yesterday. I wanted to bring it here about how John Cena flips the script and pulls a Randy Orton and gets himself disqualified and retains.
Yep.
Listen, that would be the worst thing to happen, but it'd be so funny.
It would be the best thing to happen. I would probably die of laughter. Man.
He said 1,000 times over, I'm going to ruin wrestling. What better way to walk into match? The bell rings. He walks over, slaps the referee, because that's what Orton did to screw him out of it. And Cena walks out with the title. It's going to piss everybody off, and it's going to get the internet chirping because there's a lot of people that have forgotten about this part. So, I mean, it's been a couple of Facebook reels that I've seen, but I would love to see that. Cena's going to ruin everything. Let him go in, slap the ref, and it's over. And it's the ultimate we're now full circle. You screwed me. I'm going to screw you, and we're done.
Right.
Yeah, and we know Triple H loves a good callback.
True
So
Oh
story.
yeah, he does.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, he
So
does.
like
I'm here
that
for
would be
this
the ultimate.
recycling.
That would be the ultimate callback. I would love it. Oh man.
I just hope this
Don't know
match.
where's your head at with it.
Yeah, I just hope this. I just want Randy to get. I don't mind that schmaz at the end with the slap and everything. I don't mind it. I just want Randy at home in St. Louis to get some shine, to get a little bit of something, because I feel like he made lemonade out of lemons at WrestleMania with Joe Hendry, and I think that worked better than what we could have got otherwise.
Right.
But we really got kind of cheated out of a really nice build program with him and Kevin, right? So I hope at this event we don't get cheated out of anything. I just hope they put on a nice little match for old time's sake, and then you do the slap, and then we're good. But John retains. He's not losing the belt, not to Randy, even though it's his hometown. I think that's an angle to, oh, Randy can win the belt in his hometown, but he's not losing this belt anytime soon. I don't know when he's going to lose it, but it ain't going to be Saturday.
I keep hearing, on that part, I keep hearing Cody comes back and saves us from John Cena's nonsense. But that's another conversation for another day, man. Coach, talk to me, man. Randy Orton, John Cena, the final hurrah. Where's your head at?
Look, I had this romantic idea that this wouldn't be the last match for Cena and Orton. I just had it in my head that, TD Garden, Boston, last match against your biggest rival. Like, I don't think, I hope this isn't the last time. I hope they're just teasing this, but more than likely it will be. But when Cena first announced that this was it, I was like, well, we know what the last match is going to be: him and Orton in Boston, and it looks like that's not happening. So I'm a little bummed about that, but I'm just holding out hope that maybe this isn't, the last match. I'm hoping for like some chaos, because this match, to me, just looking at it, doesn't have a whole lot of look. This isn't going to be Breaking Point. This isn't going to be SummerSlam back in the day. Like, these are guys who are, this is 20 years down the line, and if they could turn back the clocks and put on some of these performances, these are guys who have just torn into each other and have worked tremendous with each other. And I just, for the sake of this, do they have one more in them? Do they have one more banger? Do they put on tons of bangers with each other? Do they have one more? Can John and Randy say, look, we're not what we used to be. Let's give them one more.
Let's
And
clarify.
that's what I'm hoping. Yeah.
Let me clarify for you, though. I don't think it's Orton that we're worried about putting on the match. It's Cena. Orton can still go.
Orton can still do it. He can still work.
I'll definitely want to clarify that. It's like, can John, again? He's trying to ruin wrestling. Hey, and look, and
He's
he can go
doing a
along
hell
with
of a
it.
job.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job. It's like, you're doing a hell of a job, Brownie. Like look. I don't, like I said, I just want him to go out. I want them to go out there and, like I said, just maybe it's just nostalgia. Nostalgia can be dangerous, because nostalgia can cloud your judgment in the present day. I want them to go out there. I rewatched the Breaking Point match. They've been showing like the things on Raw and SmackDown. I went and rewatched the Breaking Point match. If we can get anything, if we can get half of what they did in that match, then this is going to be a fantastic match on Saturday. But again, not Orton. I'm just not sure Cena can do that anymore.
Cena's been out of the business too long.
Which is why I kind of feel as though the callback is going to happen earlier in the match than later, because Cena's going to get the hell out of there.
I know you don't want to see it, but my thoughts is I would love to see it as soon as the bell rings. It's just going to piss everybody off.
Well, it's exactly really got to be. It's got to be Randy dominating the match to the point where Cena knows he can't win. The only thing he can do is slap the ref, get out of there, call it a day.
I mean, that's what happened with the match. Like, Orton was like, "Wait a minute." He looked at the ref, looks at Cena, realized Cena's probably had the best of him, and then slapped the ref. So like, again, it might like, again, Triple H loves a good recycling, loves a good callback. I can literally see a shot for shot pose for like recreation of what happened in the previous match, and I think it would just be hilarious. I just you guys would hear me laughing from here in Pittsburgh. I would love it.
So, with that being said, gentlemen, I'm gonna get you guys out of here. We got some more playoff basketball to watch, and
I don't. I my game's over.
Villain needs to go celebrate with his lady. You know what, Coach? You know what to do, my man. Give me a plug and a close. Shut it down, big homie.
All right, man. This has been another successful episode of Backstage Business, Bing Bong, and things of that nature. So, yeah. Look, guys. Like again, we do the show on Tuesdays. We do this show. We have all other types of. Make sure you check out, our buddy Aaron, Justin, the guys over there at Nonsense and Deep Thoughts. Definitely make sure you check us out. Facebook, X, Instagram, all over. Look, said it once. I've said it again. Wrestling is good, boys. Wrestling is good, and it's a good time to be a wrestling fan. Take you later, guys.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my dude. Aaron, you know what to do, my guy. Get us out of here.
Listen, I always love you guys. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the invite to come on here every time you do this. I'm not really looking forward to this, but aside from the slapper around the world, that's going to happen. So I'm going to leave you with this. Go Knicks. I'm happy the Celtics got introduced to 0-2. So rest in peace to the Celtics season. I think this is going to be a done deal at this point. So go New York, go. Guys, thanks. I'll see you soon. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Villain, you know what to do, my guy.
Yeah, listen, I'm on cloud 9. It's orange and blue skies here. So, there's nothing I can say. We could easily blow this, but I'm going to savor this as much as I possibly can. We got shows on Tuesdays. We got shows on Wednesday, every other week. Shout out to Miss Stacy, the first lady of Executive View. We miss you tonight. I know she'd be in here cooking with us if she could. Looking forward to talking to her again. Aaron, listen, and DT, man, go check that podcast out, man. They do good stuff for their fun guys. Justin, I'm coming for you. I promise you, I'm coming for you. Mr. Ripley, I'm Mr. Ripley. I am me. It's my woman, not yours. All right, I'm coming for you, Justin. I'll let you. But no, Aaron, I love doing the show with you, bro. We'll cook it up soon. Be easy, everybody.
I do appreciate you, my guy, man. Looking forward to sharing the space with this man. Yo, it's your boy Sirius repping that 412 and the 703, man. It's such a privilege and a pleasure doing this show with these gentlemen. And Miss Stacy every other week, man. As they alluded to, man, check out the rest of the plethora of shows, man. Monday we did a Steelers show. Got to redo that now. And I'm not happy about it. Tuesdays are normally scheduled broadcasts, and every other Wednesday we do this show. Shout out to my friends over at Nonsense and Deep Thoughts, man. Corey, Justin. There's this other dude over there that kind of wants to share my name, but I'm the original. But yo, shout out to that dude, man, Aaron over there. Check out their podcast. They do big stuff. Looking forward to partner with them. I'm gonna drop the cat out the bag. There's a poker tournament that is going to be coming on live. So if you play cards, check us out. We're gonna be dropping that information here in the next couple of weeks. Looking forward to that. With that being said, I always close my podcast off like this, man. God is good, even though sometimes people are not. God bless you guys. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.